salty guides, I guess. Um, so I'm gonna do Little Mana on this one, or Vamana. Um, I know I say it all the time, but I actually love this fucking character. He's amazing. Um, and there's a lot of different ways you can not really, but so Vamana works really well if you start with his 2, right? You always pick up Bluestone and Tier 1 boots. And then you can start at the imps, and then just like I'm pretty sure the smallest and jungle camps have the same. And if somebody bullies you away from the imps, you can always start at your blue and just do the same, like. And then you go to wave, you hit level 2, and then once you're level 2, then you'll just pick up your 3, right? Because I mean this does 85 plus 13, you know. It swings pretty fucking hard. Which is why you're able to kill those imps pretty easily. As far as Vamana goes, he's not particularly as strong right now, considering the amount of bully warriors, I guess. Like, a lot of Bellona and Osiris right now. And Vamana's early game is not the greatest. But he does have a good amount of clear, and he can play very safely. And again, this is why I would recommend this if like you're starting out in the solo lane, you really just don't want to play Chalk or Wukong or someone. You know, Vamana is still a really strong pick. You know, you can farm really safely and really effectively without really having to risk anything on this character. Also, his late game is extremely strong. Comparatively, you could look at Amma and say that he has a similar. Here, I'm gonna walk away from this wave so I don't get XP because I don't want to hit level 4 yet. His late game is extremely strong, somewhat like Amma's, except his early game is a lot stronger than Amma's, and his early to mid is a lot stronger, and his late game is slightly less strong, I would say. I guess I'll explain that a bit. Right now, I just want to say, at level 3, you do have the option to pick up your Clear the Path if you're in trouble. Like, you might want to pick this up if you're against, like, an Osiris or, you know, somebody who has a lot of damage potential. If they slow you, you might want to pick up Clear the Path. But if you're really not in any trouble, if you have lane control, then, you know, you can put another point in your 2 here, which will pretty much give you full clear. Because you just hit all the minions with your 3, walk up to the side, and then all the archers are dead, and the melees just need like 1 auto. And when here, hold up. It is important to note that yoink, when you are level 2, you will have both of these abilities, and I'll wait for this wave to go by. Pretty much you hit the entire wave with your 3, and then you go to the side and hit it with your 2, and then the archers, they only need 1 auto, so you can clear those out really easily. And then, god damn, dude. Hold up. You suck. And then all you have to do is just melee down the melees. So, as Vamana, you have really good clear. Now, it is notable that if you do have lane control, he is one of the characters where it actually is pretty situational what you're gonna level. You know? Yeah, I fucked that up. Because that last minion didn't get hit by the 3 there. But, for the most part, that's pretty much it. With Vamana, if you are getting bullied out of lane, you're gonna want to level your 3 before maxing your 2, sort of thing. So, like, if you're against a Bellona or an Osiris or a Hercules or somebody who's like putting a lot of pressure on you, if you're like legit losing lane, you can't push up to the wave, they're zoning you, you're gonna want to just level your 3, and then you can just like hit that, And this will clear lane a lot quicker than your 2 will. The entire reason you're going to want to level your 2 over your 3 is if you do have lane pressure. Because this is 305 damage straight in their face when you max this. And if you have lane pressure, they really, like, this ability is massive. That's like unavoidable. It's, you know, Smite prides himself on being a skill shot MOBA, but there's no way to avoid this too. Like, it's massive. And that's why he has such a large impact on the team fights as well, because 305 damage, I don't care who you are, that's going to swing. Like, especially when it hits everybody on the enemy team, you know? Again, at level 5, I would not really recommend getting your ult. Unless you're getting bullied out or you're against like a Chalk or somebody who can really force you to ult. Like if Chalk ults on top of you, you're going to want to ult like before he lands, sort of thing. If you're in a situation where you're going to need to use the ult, then get the ult. But if not, just put another level in your 2 or your 3. Again, it depends on if you're winning the lane or if you're getting bullied out. You know. Level 6, you can get your ult and it'll be fine. You don't really have a whole lot of kill potential with the ult. Like, you kind of do, but they can just kind of walk away from you. Your ult is mainly for the late game, where in the team fights you're legit a raid boss, and you just stomp on the carries. Once you get this to about level 4, level 5, you can just walk up to the lane and hit it with your 2, and it'll pretty much clear. I'm actually going to fast forward a little bit here. I would highly recommend getting Breastplate of Valor on him for a variety of reasons. Again, these are like 10-second cooldowns or whatever, so not really great with Gladiator Shield. I'm not a big fan at all of running Mystical Mail on him, although it is great for the late game because, you know, he'll be able to, or sorry, just real quick, once this hits level 3, it full clears wave. But yeah, Mystical Mail is kind of good for in the team fights, you know, when you can do damage to everybody again. But it's not going to do a whole lot of damage because all the ore items the tanks are going to be running. So the Mystical Mail damage is going to be like, at the end of the fight, it's going to be like 200 damage maybe. Which isn't nothing to like, you know, shake a stick at, but it's not great. You know, whereas if I can get an extra 2 off in that fight, then it'd be a lot more effective than just Mystical Mail damage, you know? But yes, I'd highly recommend this because it gives you more mana, more MP5, so lots of sustain. Again, Spirit Robe is still amazing whenever you're CC'd. You know, you get damage mitigation, which is amazing. Frostbound Hammer, because when you go into your ultimate, look at teleport. When you go into your ultimate, it slows them, of course, and you're hitting in an AoE, remember? Yeah. So I'm hitting this entire area in front of me, where I can be hitting, like, you know, a Ra, an Aoyi, or whoever. Like, I can be in the middle of the entire enemy team and hitting literally all of them. Applying Frostbound to all of them, slowing all of their attack speed, and their movement speed as well, meaning that they really can't get away from me. And to top that off, get Wing Blade, more attack speed, and more movement speed for me, and you can't slow me, so I'm going to be going extremely fast at you. And, you know, last item again, situational, whatever you really need. Again, you can swap Wing Blade for Witchblade if they have a lot of healing, or if you just want to reduce their attack speed more, but not really worth if you have Frostbound. And again, remember, before you ult, alright, before you ult, I'd recommend dumping your kit. Like, I don't just mean dump it, I mean, like, you know, look at who you're gonna target, and then just like, because the Umbrella Ring will again slow their movement speed and attack speed, which is what makes it a great late game tool, because it's a 30% attack speed reduction and, you know, slow, right? This will do a lot more damage, right? Just because it does fucking damage. And then, you know, this will give you a lot of healing. Again, 5% health per second. So, you know, building this much health into a character like this. Oops, sorry. Think. Building, you know, I'm not level 20. But, you know, getting 5% of this health back every second is pretty massive, you know. And although there are a lot of strong anti-heal items in the game, I would not, by the way, rip. I don't want to do this, but I have to. Although there are a lot of strong anti-heal items in the game, you're still getting a lot of protections when you go into Big Baby anyway. You know? So, the healing is very strong. And again, don't wait. Don't hold the Big Baby. It's got a pretty low cooldown to it. Like 63 seconds? If you need to ult, ult. Like, again, I do have 30% CDR here, but still. If you need to ult, just ult. So pretty much this is going to be your skill ordering. And then again, you know, either your 1 or another point to your 2. Or if you're really already getting bullied out pretty hard and need to sit back, then you can put another point into your 3. But usually I do this, and then there, and then this, and then this, and then this, this. And then I don't think it'll let you put another point into here, so then you have to go here, 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 here. Again, upgrading your ult is useful for the later game. You're really not going to use this knockup you're really not going to use your dash for much more than escaping or just knocking up people. It's not really used for damage, so there's no real reason to upgrade it. Then this will also give you, again, more time in your ult. So, and again, you know, you can cancel out the Big Baby. So, and it is kind of useful. So, say I put a lot of damage onto people in the fight, and I ult, and I start chasing them down, but say I don't have Frostbound done yet, or whatever, right? So I'm not able to finish him off. I can just cancel out my ult, dash after him, you know, and just hit him. And, you know, don't forget, if you're, like, if they're low enough, you know, don't think that you have to wait for the Big Baby to end. You can just cancel it out and hit him with the 2. The kill's a kill, like, and then you can, of course, get out. He's a very safe character. Similar to Wukong in a lot of ways. His early game is slightly weaker, but his late game is much, much stronger. He brings more disruption to the team fight with the clear the path. But, you know, his Umbrella Ring will, again, slow the attack speed of everybody in the fight. And, you know, the Armored Umbrella swings really fucking hard. And then when he ults, you know, nobody really wants to fight the Big Baby. Like, you know, I get an extra 100 physical power, plus I get 25 protections. And then my passive, you know, 20% of whatever protections I have built on physical protections, which is, in this case, is 30% or 36. I get 36 power just for having physical protections. So building into, you know, other physical protection items like Hide Enemy and Lion, you know, again, this jumps up to 52, meaning I'm going to swing a lot harder. So Vamana does get a great benefit from, you know, building into more physical protection items. But that being said, don't just build only physical protections if magical protection or if magical characters are bodying you. Horrific Emblem again works amazing with this character. You know, use your Umbrella Ring, you slow, hit your 2, and then you just ult. A very, very important thing for Vamana. You know, again, don't play over aggressive early because you're almost guaranteed your late game is going to be stronger than the other warriors as long as you go even. And if you can put them behind, know your damage potential. This is going to swing extremely hard once you max this out. You know, so don't be afraid of them, but don't play over aggressive. You're not the strongest early, but you're not the weakest by far. Make sure with Umbrella Ring that you're not only hitting them on the way there, but also on the way back. You know, so keep an eye on not only your enemies, but you know where your Umbrella Ring is going, and you know Vamana does have a pretty good damage combo, right? He can dash into him, cancel it out, and then like that was incorrect, but whatever. you can dash into him, and then that hits pretty much a free Umbrella Ring, and it auto cancels rather well, So you pretty much dash in, cancel the dash in, hit auto while they're in the air, and then throw the Umbrella Ring, auto cancel, and then the 2 is literally unmissable. And then again, position yourself for the Umbrella Ring on the way back to hit. Again, he's a really, really strong character, and I feel like he's kind of undervalued right now. His early to mid isn't that great, and that's why he's not as picked as much, because right now it's a pretty snowball-based meta. But I do think that this character still has a place in the meta. I've carried a lot of ranked games with this character simply off the fact that I'm Vamana, and I can come into a team fight, slow everybody's attack speed and movement speed, ult, and then just stomp on the entire team. When you're in Big Baby, you do a lot of damage. Again, an extra 100 power. And again, you get extra protections, which goes onto your passive as well. Again, 41 here, rather than 36. There's really no way to get away from the Big Baby with this build. That being said, he can be played in the jungle, but really is nowhere near as effective. His main place is the solo lane. Vamana wants farm. And this was Baskin's claim to fame, Everyone was hooting and hollering about how Baskin was the best player in the world all of Season 3. He's the best player in the world. And he played almost every game as Vamana solo. And yes, it was when, solo laners did get, blue buff, and they had the boar on their side of the map, and, they started in mid-camps and all that, But he's still really viable. You still get a lot of farm in the solo lane. And, this character is still a giant raid boss for the late game. So, I think that's about it. Again, Horrific Emblem extremely strong in him. Frostbound and Wingblade is really good. Some people used to run Hasten on him. Hasten costs a lot of money now, and Wingblade's just better. You get same amount of movement speed, although you don't get the hold up. Although with Hasten, you do get the no movement speed penalty when you attack. But you also get 300 health with Wingblade, whereas, all you're really getting with this is attack speed and movement speed and pen, which isn't really what you want. This is a lot more effective, pretty much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later.